I ignored my daughter's growing pains for months. Yesterday, doctors found cancer that had spread to 80% of her bones. I dismissed my 9-year-old daughter's leg pain as growing pains for 6 months. Yesterday, doctors diagnosed her with stage 4 neuroblastoma that has spread to 80% of her bones. The oncologist asked why we waited so long to bring her in. Emma has always been my dramatic child. When her sister gets a paper cut, Emma needs 3 band-aids for her invisible wound. When her brother has a fever, Emma suddenly feels burning hot too. So when she started complaining about her legs hurting at night, I followed the pediatrician's casual advice, probably just growing pains. I gave her children's Vernano and told her to toughen up. When she stopped joining neighborhood bike rides, I thought she was being lazy. When she began napping after school turns something she hadn't done since kindergarten, and I assumed she was staying up reading under her covers. Mom, my legs really hurt, she'd say, tears in her eyes. Everyone gets growing pains, I'd respond, barely looking up from my laptop. You are getting taller, that's all. 3 months ago, she started limping. My husband suggested taking her back to the doctor, but I reminded him of her history of exaggeration. Remember when she convinced herself she had appendicitis after watching that medical show? It was just constipation. 2 weeks ago, Emma woke up screaming. The pain had become unbearable. We took her to urgent care where the doctor noticed bruising along her shins that hadn't come from any injury. He ordered blood work. Her white blood cell count is concerning, he said quietly. I am sending you to Children's Hospital today. Yesterday, after a whirlwind of tests, a solemn oncologist showed us Emma scans. Bright spots covered nearly every bone in her tiny body. This is neuroblastoma, a pediatric cancer that typically starts in the regional glands but has spread extensively throughout her skeletal system, she explained. At this stage, it's in approximately 80% of her bones. When she stepped out, my husband asked the question I was afraid to. If we had brought her in when the pain first started, would it have spread this far? The nurse paused before answering. Neuroblastoma is aggressive, but catching it earlier typically means fewer complications and better outcomes. Last night, as Emma slept in her hospital bed surrounded by monitors, I found her diary. The most recent entry written in her wobbly handwriting. Mom and Dad don't believe my legs hurt. Maybe I am just being a baby. I'll try to be braver this morning. As the nurses prepped her for her first round of chemotherapy, Emma looked up at me with frightened eyes. Am I being brave enough now, Mom? I couldn't answer through my tears. The doctor says she has a 40 to 60% chance of survival with aggressive treatment. Every night now, I lie awake remembering all the times I told her to toughen up when cancer was literally eating through her bones. Because some parents mistake strength for dismissing pain, others recognize that truly listening is the strongest thing we can do. I know which kind of parent I'll be from now on. Hurt if I am lucky enough to have the chance.